When Emily Carter's husband walked out the door on a gray November morning in Cincinnati, he took more than just his suitcase. He took her sense of certainty. 17 years of marriage ended with a quiet, "I can't do this anymore," and the click of a closing door. The sound echoed in her ears for weeks. Her small one-story house on Oak Ridge Lane felt colder, emptier. Even the morning sunlight through the kitchen window seemed different. Duller, almost indifferent. Bills piled up on the counter. The coffee pot hissed its lonely tune brewing for one. She sat at the kitchen table each morning, staring at her wedding ring lying beside an unpaid electric bill, wondering how her life had collapsed so suddenly. If you believe true kindness always finds its way back, please tap the like button now and subscribe to support more stories like this. Days turned to weeks. Emily stopped baking, stopped humming to herself, stopped answering her friends' calls. Then, one bitterly cold evening, while driving home from her night shift at a local diner, she spotted an elderly man standing beside a broken-down van on the side of the highway. His hazard lights blinked weakly, barely cutting through the falling snow. Something in her heart, something she thought had frozen, stirred. She pulled over. The man was shivering, his face pale beneath the flickering lights. "I've been out here an hour," he said softly. "Phone's dead. Didn't think anyone would stop." Emily smiled faintly. "Well, you're lucky I can't ignore a blinking light." She handed him her thermos of coffee, called for a tow truck, and waited with him until help arrived. Before he left, the man pressed her hand gently and whispered, "The world needs more people like you." It was a simple moment, but it changed something inside her. The next morning, Emily woke up with an idea she couldn't shake. She walked into her small kitchen, brewed a pot of coffee, and baked a tray of chocolate muffins, her late husband's favorite recipe. Then she drove downtown to the bus station and handed them out to anyone who looked tired, cold, or lonely. Some smiled, some cried. One woman hugged her and said, "You have no idea how much I needed this." That one act turned into a daily ritual. Emily began waking up early to cook. Soup in slow cookers, sandwiches wrapped neatly in foil, cookies tied with ribbon. She started carrying a small sign that read, "Free food, free kindness." Within weeks, people began to notice the woman with the kind eyes and the homemade meals. A college student snapped a photo of her handing out soup to a homeless veteran and posted it online with the caption, "This woman restores my faith in humanity." The post went viral overnight. By morning, Emily's phone was overflowing with messages. Reporters wanted to know her story. Strangers offered to donate food, money, and time. Someone even started a hashtag Emily Feeds Hope, and it spread like wildfire. Emily was stunned. "I'm just a woman trying to do something good," she told a local news anchor during an interview. But America saw more than that. They saw a woman who refused to let heartbreak turn her bare, who chose compassion instead of resentment. Soon, volunteers began showing up every weekend. High school students, single moms, retirees, people from every walk of life joined Emily in her mission. Together, they set up tables under the overpass, near the library, and outside the hospital. They handed out warm meals, clean clothes, and handwritten notes that said, "You matter." What started as one woman's healing turned into a movement of hope. But Emily's story didn't stop there. One crisp spring morning, a man approached her while she was serving coffee downtown. He looked tired, his clothes worn, his eyes full of shame. "You probably don't remember me," he said quietly, "but I used to have everything, a family, a home, then I lost it all. I stopped believing people cared until I saw what you do here." Emily looked closer. For a moment, her heart skipped. It was Mark, her ex-husband. He stared at the ground, his voice trembling. "I made a lot of mistakes. I left you because I thought I was broken beyond fixing. But seeing what you've built, you're helping people like me. You helped me." Emily didn't know what to say. The air between them was thick with old pain and new understanding. She finally smiled, her eyes soft but steady. "We all lose ourselves sometimes. What matters is finding our way back." He nodded, tears welling up. He didn't ask for forgiveness, and she didn't need to give it. In that moment, kindness did what anger never could. It brought peace. Later that night, Emily wrote in her journal, "Sometimes the ones who leave us are the ones who teach us how to stand again. And when we choose to stand, we help others rise too." We'd love to hear your story. What is the most memorable act of unexpected kindness you have witnessed or received? Share it in the comments below. A few months later, the Cincinnati Chronicle featured Emily on the front page. "Widowed woman feeds thousands, one meal at a time." Donations poured in from across the country. Churches, schools, and local businesses joined her initiative, now officially registered as the Kind Table Foundation. Emily never remarried, but she found a family in every person she served. She often said, "Kindness doesn't fix the past, but it builds a future worth waking up for." Her small act on a snowy night had grown into a nationwide ripple, feeding the hungry, comforting the lost, and reminding everyone that broken hearts can still build beautiful things. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like. Share it with someone who needs hope today. And don't forget to subscribe for more real stories of kindness that change lives. Because sometimes the most powerful comeback begins with a single act of compassion and the courage to care when no one else does.